Welcome back to TVC News Politics on Sunday. I still have here in the studio President Tinubu's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity Chief Ajuri Ngelale. You have said President Tinubu is not opposed to the right of citizens to peacefully protest because he also has a background of engaging in this kind of civil protest that also help pile pressure on the military regime to restore constitutional democracy in Nigeria. And before we went on that break, you were talking about some of the policies, some of the programs and policies of this administration. Now, I'd let you wrap up on all of these policies that are crucial to the well-being of citizens and will still need some more time to manifest.
Look, there's no question about the fact that there is a lot of work that it has to be done, and there's a lot of work that is being done, and some of which is not going to have the bells and whistles of TV cameras, and nobody's going to be sitting in the office, for example, of the CBN governor as he's doing his paperwork, which leads to the full payoff of $7 billion worth of foreign exchange backlog. It has massive impact on investor confidence. It has massive impact on the medium-term kind of monetary space in the country. But that's not something that people are necessarily going to be dancing and celebrating about. So there's a lot going on. I think the key thing for us is to recognize that the president has agreed that we are going to ensure that our states, and now, by virtue of the president's action with the institution of the suit that ultimately resulted in a Supreme Court judgment that has led to local government financial autonomy, he's going to ensure that the local governments now have the fiscal space they need to be able to truly deliver the dividends of democracy that our people require at that level. I think that is restructuring in practice. That is the kind of thing that Nigerians would need to give some time to see what the difference actually will translate into in terms of the impact on their livelihoods, right? So, for example, if you have a situation where money is entering, a joint account with the state governors on the part of the local governments, and that money is not translating to effective, roads delivery or, other critical human development sectors, for example, especially in, health, et cetera, you will know that when we have approved that there's going to be more money being sent, and it's being sent to the local governments directly, people should feel that. But again, it's not going to happen on the day of the judgment. It has to manifest itself. I think the other part of this is to recognize that it is under the leadership of this president that we have had a 100% increase in the national minimum wage. And I think it will be difficult for, everybody in the country to fully appreciate what it took in terms of the leadership of the president to get the private sector to agree in uniformity with the state governments and local governments, making sure that everybody is on the same page with respect to the payment of a new national minimum wage. It's not easy to achieve that. He achieved it. I think there are a lot of elements of what the president has done that Nigerians truly do appreciate and truly do recognize as progressive. These are things that we've been in this democratic dispensation now for about 25 years. We have not seen some of the measures that this president has now put in place ever been put in place before. So I think people have confidence, but I think it's also fair to say that people are frustrated. People do feel that they are buckling under this intense economic difficulty with respect to energy prices, food inflation, and many of the other elements. But what we are working hard in hand with our people to communicate is that the trends are moving in the right direction. We are seeing revenues going up. We are seeing inflation growth stagnate into a descent. So we have come through the worst of it, and this is what we're communicating to our people. And we will, together with them, get to the end of where the light is at the end of the tunnel. Right. There's still a lot of work to do, and we're going to continue to be humble in our approach to the hard work that we have.
Okay, and then, the protest is coming with the theme, End Hardship, an end to hardship protest. I know the president has also stated that he understands the hardship that a lot of citizens are going through caused by necessary economic reforms, and that, his administration is also implementing some policies and programs that will make life better for the people. But all of these programs would need a little more time to manifest. How much more time?
So look, I think we respect the intelligence of our people. We do not believe that Nigerians believe that there is a switch, some magic red switch in the president's office that he'll flick and all of a sudden superhighways and power stations will just appear. People have a sense, and I think there are centuries worth of contemporary human history to clearly reveal that the development of nations, even at the subnational level, development of entities, of units of government, these things take years and decades ultimately to develop. That's not, I think, unknown to our people. I think what is clear, though, is that even as you have your medium to long-term plans with respect to how you're going to transform an economy, build the kind of infrastructural, foundation that would support an inclusive economy that is sustainably growing, not on the basis of petroleum resources, but on the basis of human talent, intellectual property, agricultural production, and the like. These things are going to take time. People know that. But it's also important that as you roll out this, as you implement these and execute on these medium to long-term plans, that you're very, detailed and meticulous about the implementation of those short-term measures. So, for example, this administration, under the leadership of His Excellency Mr. President, has put in place successfully and verifiably, single-digit interest rate credit facilities to over 1 million micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises within 1 year. And that is in view of very difficult economic conditions that were inherited with respect to, billions of dollars worth of foreign exchange backlogs inherited in the Central Bank of Nigeria, with respect to, obviously, the fuel scarcity and many of the other challenges we faced with respect to the Naira scarcity and many of the other challenges that were encountered on day one. He's been able to achieve these things. When the president sets out to build, right now you have over 300 roadways across all states of the Federation being reconstructed, and that is not including the superhighway from Lagos to Calabar that is under construction, the Badagry to Sokoto highway, and many, many others. Not to talk of $1 billion being right now expended on seaport reconstruction across the eastern and western seaports. There are a number of things that are going on now that create direct employment and set us up for a prosperous future where our infrastructure actually supports the foreign direct investment drive that this president is aggressively pursuing. But it is also incumbent upon our administration, not just at the federal level, but obviously the incumbents at the state and local levels, to ensure that whatever policies are being implemented to create fiscal space for households, that these things are actually done, that we don't have any kind of administrative incompetence, that we don't have unnecessary bureaucratic delays. These are things that are in the hands of government officials to ensure, and they have to ensure those things. The last point I would make on this, Femi, is that when you look at the measures of government, right now we've rolled out the National Student Loan Program, right, where you have over 100,000 beneficiaries, students who originally would not have been able to access institutions of higher learning, but are now able to do so, not just accessing their tuition, but accessing the logistics, accommodation, upkeep, and all of that. If you look at the consumer credit program, you're looking at a scale of over 1 million Nigerians in the first year that will benefit from that program. These are things that take time ultimately. There's still a lot of work to do, and we're going to continue to be humble in our approach to the hard work that we have to get done. All
right, thank you so much, Ajuri and Ngelale. Well, that's it on our program today. You can see this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Do not forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching. I am Femi Akonde. See you.